bend it into the brands you see there. So I'll make up a couple letters just to see, and I'll show you guys how I do those. So all the brands you see are, the letters are made out of this 1/8" steel. It's 1/8" thick by 3/4 inch wide. It holds the heat for a long enough time where you can brand something with it. So I'll heat it up in the fire. Now this is coal that's burning. This is just natural coal right out of the ground.
Yeah.
Looks like that. We get in big chunks.
Where'd you get that from? Where do you mine that?
This is from Colorado. So once a year I go to Colorado, get a big. I fill my pickup completely full. It lasts about 1 year. A big old pickup load. So it's real efficient stuff.
Yeah.
But to get it to burn, you got to blow air on it. So I turn that crank. That blows air past the coals, and that gets it really hot in there. It'll get between 2,500 and up to 3,000 degrees. You get a lot of heat out of that stuff. Now, a lot of the equipment I use is from anywhere from 50 years to 150 years old. So some of this is very authentic to the 1880s, and some of it's modern. I'm a full-time blacksmith. That's what I do for a living, so I use what I need to use to make a living at it.
Yeah.
It's not just a show or display shop. This is an actual working deal.
How I'm explaining, people can't figure out how I learned this and how I got here. Okay, this is where Devin is.
Right. Rawhide.
When he was growing up, him and his older brother, I started teaching when they were 10 and 11 at the shop at Rawhide, at the old location.
Yeah, in
Then when I was working at here in the winter, the guys that own this place found me here. And so in the summers I would go up there, and both my boys would come up there for the summer. And then on the weekends in the winter, they learned here. And this is closed. And then by your thumb, that's me in 1998.
Oh, wow. Whoops.
Yeah. How you doing?
There you go. Okay.
And so I've been blacksmithing in front of the public my whole life. And I taught my kids how to do it in front of the public at these two locations. Then this place sold in '04, and so then I came here.
Right.
So I've been at these three locations.
So you got another son, have you, that does it?
Yeah.
So you got Devin and who?
Yeah, Dustin is the other one, and he works in Washington, D.C.
Okay. Well,
He's in a machine shop with a forge and an anvil, and he works for WACA, which is White House Communications.
So not in front of the public, not like this. No.
No, not like this. But he's going to do it when he retires from the military.
Okay.
You see, I just put those pieces of metal in the fire, and already that's plenty hot.
They've not been in long, have they?
Now that it's hot, I'm going to use that hammer to make a letter S out of this. So there's the top of the S.
Yeah.
I'll heat it up again. I'll bend it the other direction, and we'll finish off the letter there. So eventually I'll end up with something just like that letter right there.
Yeah.
Back in the coals it goes. This other one, this will be the letter, do the letter N right here. Now this won't look like an N for another about 5 minutes. It'll end up similar to this one here.
Right, okay.
What I do first off is I just fold it all over on itself. That makes it a nice sharp corner at the very tip. So I'll take a chisel and I'll open that up here when I get it all folded together. Now work on a couple pieces, so that other one that I'm working on, I can just have one heating and one working. Don't have to sit there and stare at the fire for very long. I'll heat up one more time. I need to get a little more material there to make a nice looking S.
Yeah.
So far it's coming along. And then when I get this finished, I'll take a little saw and I'll cut that off. Then I'll just start a new letter. So out of each one, I'll probably have about 7 or 8 different letters.
Okay. So it doesn't take you that long, does it, to finish it all off?
Not long at all. As long as you got a couple pieces in there The thin metal heats up quickly, so you can have it ready in just a few minutes. If I work on a really intricate project, it might take me 7 or 8 hours. But these brands I can do within 30 minutes or so, the handle and everything. So that, just a squish piece of metal, it's going to be at the end when I'm all finished with it. So one more heat, and you should have that one ready. Same with the S there. Now when I do the handles, I have one up here. What I'll do is I'll make a hook, and I'll twist it, and I'll put a triangle on this end, and that's what supports the design that I weld at the bottom. So I make the design now, and so the handle takes a little bit longer than the actual brand does. That's the S how I like it. So now I'll cool it down in the water. This is just room temperature. It's not real cold or anything, but the water takes the steel from where it's red down to where you can touch it in just a few seconds. So it's already hardened up. That's ready to be cut and welded onto the bottom of one of the handles there.
Yeah.
Now most people are going to use them to brand their steaks and their hamburgers. You can use them on wood, leather. You can do the big ones for cows and horses, but that's not as common as people brand their steaks. That's the most common use for them nowadays. This is the end here, so now I'm just going to open it up. As long as that metal's red, you can work with it.
You can work it.
Once it loses the red color, I have to reheat that or finish what I'm doing. If you work it past when it's red, it'll end up getting pretty brittle, and you might end up cracking it. So.
Right.
But that's the end how I like it, so now that'll go in the water. Just like that, in about 3 or 4 seconds, it goes from red hot down to where you touch it, just like that. So now I'll build another letter on this end, and then I'll take the saw and cut each one of these off that I've been working on. For the rest of the night, I'll either do more of the brands, or I'll make some roses like the ones up there on the counter. Whatever anybody else orders up that comes in, that's what we start working on here.
You see the rose you worked on? How long would the rose take you to do?
That'll take about 45 minutes to do.
Really?
Yep.
That's pretty, isn't it?
The roses, I start with a flat sheet of steel, so I'll cut 25 different petals out. I'll weld them all in the center, and then I use pliers to fold them up into the shape that you see out there. So that's a lot more intricate than what you see here.
Yeah.
These, I can hammer on. The roses, I do little hammering. Most of the stuff with pliers and just little delicate moves. You don't want to ruin something like that. You got a lot of metal tied up.
Yeah, I bet.
A lot of time in there. Now, if I'm working here tonight and somebody comes in and they want to have a set of towel bars or curtain rods made for their house, I'll throw in the metal and just start building that. So everything you see against the wall behind me is just steel rods, either square or round. And then that can be made into anything you can think of.
Yeah.
I do a lot of Western decor for homes and things like that, or cabins, but I'm open to any orders. I've done stuff for motorcycles and modern type of artwork. But my favorite, what I like to do is Western art, Western functional items.